Hi there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and take two on this video. So, if you were watching my video yesterday and you're like, what happened? Yeah, I don't know. So, here we go. I'm gonna do a little recap, starting info, talking about stress cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone. And then if you should be fasting or what to really look at with that when you are stressed out. And a lot of women are going through this. Again, reminder, the female body reacts differently to stress than the male body. So things that are super helpful for men can completely backfire for women, right? It's not you, it's not in your head, you're not crazy, you don't just need to have a positive attitude about it, right? It is literally that your body's responding differently to stress. So if you're really struggling with this, if you want to find a different solution, a better path, I'm going to put a link here in the comments to work with me in a more one-on-one setting. That way you can get the solutions exactly tailored to you to get you from A to B as quickly as possible with little struggle, right? Stop just spinning your wheels, starting over and over again. Really just find out exactly what your system needs and direct beeline there. So when we look at this, looking at high cortisol levels, high cortisol and low cortisol, again, they feel very similar in the body. If your cortisol levels are really high or they're really low, it's going to feel exhausting. It's going to be really tough to build lean muscle. So if you've been working out a ton and you're like, gosh, I don't feel any different, I'm not seeing the changes. Like normally I work out and I feel like, oh, my legs are tightening up, or, you know, things are shifting and changing. You're like, gosh, my body's not responding at all. Oh, what is it? Cortisol. And again, high or low, they feel. Okay, there it is. Just did it again. I don't know what yet, but it keeps cutting in and out and it's making me crazy. Okay, so high cortisol stressors can be from anything, from anywhere, from, you know, physical things, emotional things, environmental things, toxins, chemicals, all that stuff. If your system's cortisol levels are high, it's gonna have another increase in stress response. Cranking out even more, burning through even more, depleting you even faster, right? That's what happens. It leads to a depletion. So if you're under a lot of stress and you're like, gosh, I feel like I've put on some weight, man, I should just do this intermittent fasting business. That's going to really get me the right result. Adding fasting increases that stress. Yeah, it increases that stress response. And if your system is not ready to handle it, it will have an opposite effect. Meaning you might feel like, well, yeah, I made it through the day okay. I was able to do that, but man, you know, my friend who did the fasting stuff, man, she would lose like 3 pounds every time she'd do a fasting day. I'm losing maybe half a pound, but then I kind of gain it right back. What the heck? Yeah, because you're really depleting your system overall and you're not actually making progress. Too much cortisol overall. Not the right tactic to use. Fasting is not the right tactic to use. It's going to deplete your body overall if you keep repeating that cycle. Yes. Too low of cortisol. Oh my gosh, I just went through some Dutch tests today with some gals. Oof, there were some really tough cortisol levels there that I was looking at, and it's like your battery doesn't even get charged. It's like plugging in your phone and seeing it go from like 1% to 3% charge and then unplugging it and trying to use it. Yeah, that's what happens. You're going to feel fatigued. You're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel sometimes even too tired to work out. Or if you do force yourself to work out, you're not really being productive. You're like, gosh, I suck at working out now. I can't even make it through, right? Yeah, because this low cortisol means that your system is already depleted, right? This tanks your adrenals more when you add on fasting. When you add fasting to that, you're already depleted. You add on fasting, that excess stress, again, tanks it even further. So this is where trying to do fasting, you might notice that you can't even make it through a fasting day. You feel like garbage. You feel just terrible. Or you're like, gosh, if I force myself to get through the day, I feel terrible for 2 days after. Oh, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong with it? Well, fasting, your body's not ready for it. It's too much, right? So this is where you're going to get exhaustion and then feel sick. You can feel really sick from doing fasting when your cortisol levels are too low. Your system has to be functioning at a certain level, right? Like I said this yesterday, too high cortisol, too low cortisol, not good. You want it just right. You know, like the 3 bears. Don't want it too high like the papa bear. Don't want it too low like the mama bear. You want it to be baby bear. Just right. Just right. And then your system can react and respond appropriately. using specific tactics. But where women go wrong is essentially trying these tactics. And I'm not saying that this is bad. I absolutely advocate for fasting for women when it's done correctly for the female body, which I teach you how to do. Again, click that link there in the comments. But if you're doing fasting and your system's not ready for it, it sends things in the wrong direction. Again, leading to depletion, leading to not actually losing weight or seeing the right results here. And here, not being able to get through the day correctly, and even feeling sick, like feeling sick from it. Yeah, this is not normal detox sickness. This is like, oh gosh, something's wrong. Sickness. Again, your body doesn't have enough to go through the process properly. So hopefully that kind of answers some of the questions I've gotten around this. Please let me know if you have any other questions around fasting or other health issues, hormone issues for women. If you have thyroid issues, perimenopause, menopause, there's different ways and tactics of doing fasting. And again, these are things that I teach you. It's important that you're addressing the right things in your body hormonally, as well as using the right nutrition tactics to really get to and see the right results and keep it. That's the biggest thing. All right, other resources I have for you are my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. And lots of info on how to eat for your hormones in your cycle, history of nutrition in here, as well as a lot of different nutrient information like fasting. I talk about that in this book. I talk about it as well in my book, The Female Menopause Solution. This is for women perimenopause and menopause, also on Amazon. Tons and tons of content in here. I also have a podcast called The Female Health Solution, and then my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westy. Tons of videos there. So if you're searching for something, wanting something, it's usually in my YouTube. If I don't have a video on it, or you want more info on something, don't hesitate. Send me a message, comment below. I'm more than happy to do a video just to make sure women are getting enough info. My mission is to educate women on, how your body works, functions, and things you can do to work with your system to feel better, function better, and keep the results that you want. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you later.